It's time to ruffle your feathers with a brand new classic and vintage quilt. So here's our updated pattern, but if you go back to 1929 in the Kansas City Star newspaper, this was the pattern, and you can see it's all template based. You know, there were no rotary cutters then, and you would make your little templates out of cardboard, and they always gave a little quote. Someone with the flair for modernistic art called this quilt pattern a bird's nest, the tan triangles being the nest, and the square turquoise pieces the eggs. Be that as it may, we cast no vote. The simple design makes an attractive quilt or a single pillow. So now that you know a little bit about the block's history, let's talk about what's available at Fat Quarter Shop. We have a free pattern that will make the 30-inch block. Now we have a paid pattern also that will make a pillow that's 18-inch square, table topper 36-inch square, lap 72-inch square, and a king that's 108 square. And we've never done this before where one block makes one quilt. So today we're showing you the free pattern, and this is available free as a PDF at fatquartershop.com. If you want to make one of the other sizes, we have a low price PDF also on our site. But today we're going to be focusing on this one, and I'm so excited to show this to you today because when you see this, it looks super hard. But because the block is so big, it's not as hard because the pieces are bigger. And when I look at this, I think this would make a great housewarming gift or a baby shower gift. Today I'm sewing with the Love Blooms collection by Layla Boutique for Moda Fabrics. It's a Valentine line. It has reds, whites, pinks, but there are other colors in here that can make this quilt year round. So for your block, you need a background and two prints. If you're going to turn this into a quilt, we use this print as the border, binding, and backing. But today we're just going to be working with these prints. And when you look at the pattern, it's going to say first print, second print, and background. So let's get started by cutting some of our pieces. So today we're going to be making the 30-inch block, and we're going to be using a fabric B and a fabric E. They're cut at 7 inches square. This is your second print, and this is your background. You're going to put those right sides together. So from here, I'm going to use the Creative Grid seam guide, and I'm going to make some marks and then talk about what this is. So what this ruler does automatically is if you drew a line in the center, then you would draw a line a 1/4 inch this way and a 1/4 inch this way. But if you use the seam guide, you just put the center on here and draw your lines. From there, you will go to your sewing machine and sew on the outside lines only. And on those outside lines, you want to use a white or a cream thread. We used red just for demonstration purposes. From here, you're going to cut in the very center. And what that's going to give you is 2 half square triangles. You're going to iron those, and we recommend on this quilt just to press everything open. And now I'm going to show you how you can trim that down. What you'll do is I'm going to take a 6.5 inch square ruler by Creative Grids, and I'm going to put that diagonal line right on that seam. I'm going to cut 2 sides. I'm going to rotate that, and by doing it this way you get really nice accurate half square triangles, and you're wasting very little fabric. So it doesn't change your fabric requirements at all. I like to make my bigger half square triangles like this rather than using half square triangle paper. So for each block you're going to make 4 of these. So these half square triangles, they're going to go in the 4 corners of your block. Now next to your half square triangles, you're going to make some triangles that go around that half square triangle. So let's talk about those. You're going to take your big squares, which are your fabric A squares, and you're going to cut on the diagonal. But it is very important here to find the very point of the bottom and the top. And if you're ever having trouble with that, you can always just use your finger to put this here, and then from there you can rotate this. So that's what I do at home. And I'm going exactly point to point. And just so you know, this is on the bias. So it is going to be very stretchy. So going forward, you do need to be careful and use pins. And since this is a long edge, it's going to be even more biasy, meaning it's bigger, it's going to stretch more. So that's your fabric A. Then you're going to take your fabric D, which it's going to be a lot easier. Do that same thing. Put your finger here, rotate, go from corner to corner. you get a nice clean cut. For each block, you're gonna need 8 background triangles and 4 pink triangles. So now we're gonna take everything that we just did. So you're gonna take 1 half square triangle, 2 fabric D triangles, and your fabric A triangle. And this is gonna be your bird unit. So we made these backgrounds just slightly bigger. So you're gonna need to trim. So I'm going to sew these together and show you how. So like I mentioned earlier, pinning is really important. So the first thing you're gonna do is make sure that this is lined up. You don't want it up here and you don't want it down here. You want it perfectly aligned. Put that right sides together. So I'm gonna show you a trick. I'm actually going to pin on each side a lot because I don't want this to move. I'm gonna go to the sewing machine and we're gonna sew this with a 1/4 inch seam. Even though I have pins on both sides, I'm only sewing on this side. I did that just to keep it nice and secure. The bigger your pieces are, like this, the more likely they are to move. Okay, so I have this piece together, and if you're looking at this, you wanna make sure right here, this point should be a 1/4 inch away from the top, and it is. And the most important thing to do here is you want to cut this little piece off and then put this here. And again, you're going to have that line going this way. And again, you want this edge right here to line up. So I'm going to put that right sides together. And again, I'm going to pin both sides because we're working with big pieces. And especially if you're making the bigger size of this, you definitely want to pin. Now I'm going to sew on this side. And you can start from either end, it really doesn't matter, and you don't have to be a 1/4 inch away here. So just lay this down. As long as this is straight, this is gonna work out. So now we have this sewn together, and like I mentioned, the background pieces are cut a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna take a Creative Grids ruler, and what I want it to be a 1/4 inch away from here. But on some of the rulers, you will notice they have these lines right here, and that basically goes right to the tip. So you've got 45-degree lines going this way. And see, we're just gonna be trimming a little bit off. So I'm gonna trim this part off, and then I'm gonna keep this in place and just go up, make sure I stay straight, and trim right here. So that gives you that straight 1/4 inch line. From here, all of this is bias, and your fabric A is all bias, just like I said. Now from here, you wanna line this up in the center. And I'm gonna pin all the way across. And I like to sew with this side up. Some people like to sew with this side up so they can meet that 1/4 inch seam. So now when you're looking at your block, you should have really straight lines on all 4 sides. And we're gonna trim this down. So to make it easy, I have a 12.5 inch square ruler, which is the size this block needs to be. And you just line up right here, and then you'll actually see 2 white lines that go right here. And you line those up with your half square triangle and trim. And very little is going to come off. In fact, on the white side, none should come off. Really, your trimming should really just be on the pink side. And that's how you get your block nice and accurate, lots and lots of pins. Now this right here is the corner of your block, and you're gonna make 4 of those. Now we're gonna make our square and a square blocks, and for each of those you need 1 fabric C and 4 background fabric Fs. On the wrong side of your fabric Fs, you're gonna draw a line from corner to corner on the wrong side. And drawing accurately will give you accurate results. And what I like to do here is 2 opposing sides at the same time. And when I'm doing this, I'm gonna put 3 pins in each square, each side and the corner. Then I'm going to double check that I can't see white from the back, and from the front I can't see any pink. You're going to stitch directly on those lines, trim a 1/4 inch away, and press, and it's going to look like that. Then you're going to do the same thing on the other sides. Do the last 2 corners, pin, stitch directly on the line, trim a 1/4 inch away, and then your square and a square block will look like this. This doesn't require any trimming. We've made it the exact size it needs to be. So you're gonna join 2 of these together 4 times to make nest units. But my tip to you is the first thing you're gonna do is put these right sides together, pin in each corner, and then you're gonna do the poke a pin method, which is where you put your pin in the point here, put your pin in the point here, make it nice and flat, remove the pin, and then sew across. And that's gonna look like this. And if you've sewn and done the polka pin, you're gonna have a nice point here. So you're gonna make 4 of these. And now we can build our block. Then you do have your center square and a square unit. And you have your 4 nest units that are gonna go around this way. And the key to putting this together is just pinning. And it's gonna go together nicely. And the pinning is what's gonna give you these really nice crisp points. So here's your beautiful bird's nest block. And this is a free pattern in this size, but we have 3 additional sizes for a low price PDF. So pick the size that works best for you and make a quilt. I bet you can do it in one day. So on camera, we just made the 30-inch block, but I wanted to show you the next size up is 60 inches, and this is how big this quilt is. We also have options for 15 inches and 90 inches. So for our border, we used a really nice pink, and we used a checkerboard on the binding and a nice low volume print for our backing. If you're going to be making this quilt, let me know if you're going to make the pillow, table topper, lap, or king. I'd love to know. So thanks for watching today. I hope you love this block. If there are any other blocks you want me to show, why don't you put the block name in the video comments, and I'll see you every other Friday on my weekly live streams. See you there.